Good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Amita Balachandra. I'm going to get straight to the topic. We're talking about the Uttarakhand flash floods. I'm going to give you an update before I bring in my guest on what the status is right now. As of today, we understand 37 bodies have been recovered, and more than 150 people are still missing after the flash floods in Uttarakhand's Chamoli district. Remember, the incident took place on Sunday, so it's been more than 4 days now since the rescue operations are on, and the rescue operations are currently undergoing as well. More than 30 people are believed to be stuck in the Tapovan tunnel as well. And since Sunday, the rescue operations are continuing. So we're going to find out what is happening on ground, what are the major challenges, and how long is the rescue operations going to continue. I have with me Vineet Upadhyay, who is a state correspondent at Uttarakhand working at the New Indian Express, who's been very kind enough to give us his time and speak to us. He was on ground about half an hour ago. He's come back to his hotel and he's been very kind enough to give us his time. Vineet, thank you so much for joining us. आप हमें बता सकते हैं पहले कि how many people are still missing at what is the rescue operations? I mean, what is the state of rescue operations, and what are the challenges on ground? Considering you were on ground yourself about half an hour ago.
Yes, thank you, Amita, for having me. See, as per now, the 37 bodies have been recovered. Around 168 people are still missing, and the rescue operations have entered now, say, 6th day now. And there's this intricate network of tunnels in which the combined rescue team of SDRF, NDRF, ITVP, Indian Army, state police, and everybody involved, NTPC technical people, they're involved, and they have this layout of the tunnel, and they anticipate that somewhere in that tunnel there is an underground tunnel where these 37 men are trapped. And when these flash floods came, it happened so fast that there was no time to escape. Suddenly the water levels rose to, say, 40-50 meters, and flow was so voluminous that all the tunnels got filled with sludge and muck. And the one JCB and four other vehicles are also in those tunnels. So rescue operations started by teams trying to remove that sludge. And what happens with sludge and muck, that the more you clear, the more the more it fills the space, the semi-solid thing. So the team is trying to remove the sludge, and meanwhile, where they think that the men are trapped, they are trying to drill the ground, and they say that somewhere about in under 12 meters of depth, they say the men might be there. Then the men may have escaped there in an attempt to save their lives when this sludge, these floods came. So drilling is going on at that particular spot inside the tunnel, and the sludge is also being cleared by, say, excavators. NTPC technical people are involved, CMD is here, and all senior officials are here. So this is the situation on ground. And 10 meters, they think that 12 meter in the depth of around 12 meters, they will find the men. And the latest update is that they have reached about 10 meters of depth, and nobody right now nobody can confirm what's the what's happening inside that tunnel.
But is there hope for survival of these men? So you're saying about 37 people are believed to be trapped inside, but there is no information on whether they are managing to survive, whether they've been trained to so far.
See, the NTPC people, the NTPC senior officials said that they had this press conference yesterday, and they told us that their men, whether on contract or their employees, their engineers, they are trained and equipped to to face any natural calamity. But this is unprecedented.
Yes.
So they said they are trained, they are equipped with, say, boots, helmets, warm cloths, and everything, and they are given a pep talk. and then only they entered the tunnel. But right now there is no clear information about how are they, what are they doing. In fact, the team, the NDRF and the combined rescue team use this electromagnetic um, electromagnetic laser imager, helibound imager, to map the area and see if there is any air pockets in those, because oxygen is essential. What happens with the sludge and muck, it also blocks the flow of oxygen. So if there is limited space and there are say 37 or 39 or 34 people, so is there enough oxygen for them? And then temperature also dips to say 4 or 6 or even 2 at night. So that is, hypothermia is also an issue, but these are all speculations right now. There's no clear picture. However, the rescue operations are on 24/7, and everybody, including NTPC official, say that our first priority is like rescue. I was there, I just came back, and
so you're saying a couple of challenges are oxygen, temperatures on ground, especially in the night, and the terrain as well, considering there's a lot of slush and muck as well, and there is no information on whether these people who are trapped are managing to survive or not. But is there any information until when this rescue operations is going to go on? Because it's been on since Sunday.
See, that's the problem. Nobody is able to set or give any timeline or any time limit, because say this the main difficulty here, main factor is here terrain. The only limitation, only and biggest limitation is terrain. So terrain is so difficult that even last night at 3 a.m. the drilling started and they had to stop after going 6 meters, because they thought that there might be a collapse of tunnel ground, and then excavators will not be able to move and clear out the muck, and every entire thing will be sabotaged. So the only and biggest limitation is terrain. That's why this difficulty. Otherwise, say the resources, the men, the forces, is more than enough. See what happened on the first day. 12 men were rescued from a tunnel. So when the rescue team got to know that okay, there are 12 people, there are some people trapped, they went there and they dig them out same day on Sunday. So expertise is there, enforcement is there, resources are there, but the terrain is so difficult that nobody is able to say anything definitively. They are saying just let us do our work and let's all pray. The whole nation must pray.
All right. I also want to talk about the lake formation, because there's been considerable talk about that as of today as well. The Chief Minister has also spoken about that. Is that a concern? Because there are reports talking about how geologists have said that this could flow gradually and perhaps impact the rescue operations.
See, the lake is formed. The CM has confirmed that's true. But there have been also these reports that that the lake is the lake has been found. Yes, it is dangerous. Yes, but there are reports that uh, uh, drainage has started naturally. But there's also this thing that everybody should stay alert, because see, this is not some technical machine. This is nature, and nature behaves in her own ways. So no one can predict if So this is the current situation right now.
But is there any information on what next? Whether because there was also a meeting regarding this itself today about the lake formation, and is there also a concern that water levels perhaps could rise again? Because yesterday the rescue operations were suspended for some time.
Right.
Perhaps that is becoming a challenge.
See, I was there when rescue operations were suspended. What happened? There was this press conference going on, and then more than 50 journalists and everybody was there. Officials, senior officials, the DM, the SP, the commissioner, the NTPC people, the DIG, and suddenly the phone call comes and say, "Okay, bhago yahan se, pani बढ़ रहा है." So right now situation is really volatile, because such a disaster happened. So nobody is ready to take any chances. So everybody is alert, and the officials also said that situation is being assessed on ground, including the lake situation. And but there is no definitive thing that nobody is able to say anything definitively that okay, rescue will be over in 2 days, in 2 hours, or the lake will be drained. So this is the developing situation, right now in many
Rawat,
aspects.
yes, I want to take a quick question before we wrap up. Rawat has asked this question: is there any casualty of people other than the workers of the project? He asks.
Yes, there is casualty. Are two brave policemen from Uttarakhand who were guarding this, who were on secure guard duty, security, who were providing security to Rishiganga project. They lost their lives, and there are a few locals are also missing. I think 11 local people are also missing. Apart from that, mostly it's people working in both the power plants.
Oh, and one quick question before we wrap up also, Vineet, if you can tell us one viewer has asked this question as well. How much does this have a bearing on the government preparedness for future incidents like this? Because there's a lot that's been spoken about how in 2013 there was this incident which killed more than 6,000 people, and then post that this is the incident that's happened on Sunday. Between that, there are lots of people who criticized and said that projects must not go on. So is there any meeting that's been going on uh, the project itself in Uttarakhand?
Say about projects, about you mean hydropower projects on the rivers,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So see, today I went to this rainy village, uh, which is famous for Gaura Devi. Gaura Devi started this Chipko movement. You must be familiar about
Yes.
of this movement in 1973. So I spoke to her family and her grandson. So he said, "Ki if my grandmother, if she, agar wo hoti," he said in Hindi, like if she was here and if she was here, she wouldn't allow these constructions and all this. And he also kind of requested and appealed to the government to suspend these projects. And there have been a lot of voices saying that these projects are harming ecosystem, environment, and everything. But then again, see, as a journalist, I can't comment on
Yeah.
whether the feasibility, this is the expert's job and policy makers job. But this is what I hear and what are people saying. And
Yeah, so that criticism is coming in, is what you're saying, and people have
yeah,
said that. But well, thank you, Vineet, for giving us your time. I know that you're extremely busy, and you've managed to speak to us after going on ground and reporting about this for the New Indian Express. But this is the gist of what Vineet has told us. 37 bodies have been recovered. Rescue operations are still on. 168 people are still missing, and more than 30 people are still trapped in the Tapovan tunnel where drilling is currently going on. There's no clear information on the people who are trapped, however, whether there is any chance of survival. But there are a couple of challenges, including temperatures and terrain on ground. But the rescue operations are currently going on, and we don't know till when it's going to last. But we'll continue to track this here and get you regular updates. Vineet, thank you so much for joining us, and you
thank
stay
you.
safe as well.
Thank you, Amita. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Thank you.